don't think that we should get picked on just because of showing that they want to change about them, about the way they look. Because I love my family. That's why I don't want them to be hurt. We're not weird, and that's what you're going to see.
Louise!
Yeah?
Time to get up.
Can I have a cup of coffee, please? 2 sugars.
All right.
Can you pass me a sugar pot, please?
Do you want sugar or do you want the honey syrup? Where's your tie?
My tie? Oh, I'm just upstairs for the moment.
Right, once you're at your break.
So what was it actually like being a boy, Mum?
It was good fun. It was good fun. Running around with sticks, shooting, pretending to shoot each other. Same as what everyone from back then did. I was afraid that if things went wrong, the system wouldn't let me keep my daughter because they'd think it was morally wrong for my daughter. You know when you first saw this picture, it was the one that made you laugh, wasn't it? Because you'd asked me to show you what I look like as Sarah. If my daughter had had a problem with it, then I would have had a problem with it, because I'd made a conscious decision not to let my feelings override my daughter's feelings and my daughter's needs.
My mum described it so carefully and so well that I just understood everything she said. And I was really looking forward to it because I knew it would make my mum really happy. When she first walked in the door, I came downstairs because I was actually supposed to be in bed, but shh. I looked in the kitchen, and there she was. I was like, huh? She looks a bit butch.
I was nervous of her, and I think she was a bit nervous of me when we first met, because like, I never expected to be a parent in any sense or shape.
The first day I saw her come out, she looked immensely different because this time she was a full-time woman, not having to dress up.
I mean, at first she used to call me stepmom, and it was driving me insane. But now I just kind of take the role and help Sarah where I can.
Kate's the grumpy one and the bossy one, and Mum is the all lovey-dovey one.
My daughter still had 2 people who thought the world of her and tried their best to bring her up.
She's like having 2 parents, like kind of Mum and Dad, just that they're 2 women. If somebody was to ask me if I preferred my mum or my dad, I'll just say, in my heart, they're still both there.
I didn't think you would.
My dad's still there. I love you. Kiss.
Mentally, in my head and heart, I already was my daughter's mum. And that's probably another reason why my daughter found no unusual transition from Brian to Sarah. Because, you know, I was just looking different.
I think if Sarah had stayed as she was before, she'd have still been a caring father, as she's a caring mother.
I wanted to be honest with her, and I wanted to protect her, so that means I could be a better parent. I mean, I wanted to be the best parent for her, and the best parent for her is now.
I think she's the best mum ever. She never ever leaves me alone. If I'm upset, she'll always try and help. She always does what a parent should do.
Much better than last time.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Oh, what do you do?
Okay, fair enough.
You ready for me to do this soon? I like it. What's your one like? Up here, you lot. Ooh. Apple strings, shoelaces. I just saw apple shoelaces.
So what are we going to get?
I don't know. Something cheap and cheerful.
£102.60.
The next thing we knew was a bloody TV camera crew, newspaper people all on the doorstep saying, what do you think of this? And it was a nightmare.
I don't like this one because it said, this is the Britain's weirdest family. This one says, the girl with 3 mums. And this is the American one, the Inquirer. The first day I walked into school, I found people sniggering and just like staring at me, and I saw like people like talking about me and stuff, and pointing, and I did find it a bit scary and rude. I felt really down in the dumps, and I felt like I had nobody left.
I've always been there to defend her and protect her, and I could protect her from the press. Made me actually wish that I'd have stayed as Brian during that period, because it was for me it was like this wouldn't have happened if I'd have stayed as Brian.
For transsexuals, that time you take that first step out into the world as a woman can be a terrifying experience. Do you look like a real woman or just like a big butch bloke in drag?
She showed me pictures of him dressing up as...
Funny at first. Because it must have been a bit of a...
There's two men that are now...
Well, they've had the...
sorry, two women who were men.
Right.
Who are looking after a child who is 12 now. I think a child needs all the help they can with normality in life.
I mean, did she have a real choice at that age? She would say yes to please Mummy. I just can't help feeling it's a little bit selfish. You can put off... Sorry, I just can't help...
After that, everybody just seemed to go against me, my parents, and I just couldn't stick up for my parents. Today is my first time of doing my video diary, and I normally come down here because I've either been bullied or something. I've been called weird. My parents have been called weird. I wish it would all stop, and maybe it will soon.
Her mind was more focused on what was being said, so therefore she was distracting it from the importance of her life and her future and her education.
I want them to be thinking, that's a fantastic family. That's the most best family I've ever seen and heard of.
Gives her a chance to be able to say her own things, the things that she's wanted to say, to show you that she is a happy child and that she is a confident child and she's not brainwashed in any way.
I'll be weird, I'll be strange, like stuff like that. Just questions to ask, like the things that I'm now doubting.
I had lots of lesbian friends who've got children, and it never occurred to her that being transgendered and lesbian was slightly different. It was just, I think, a body blow to her. You know, 12 years of age, you don't expect to be over the national newspapers.
Uncle John? Do you think that Sarah's still blind? Do you think it would have mattered, or?
Yes, it would have mattered. It made a big. She's come a long way, being Sarah, because she'd have just sort of self-destructed in a way. Brian needed to make that change into Sarah, because to be honest, I don't think she would have made it as Brian.
Have you ever felt embarrassed or difficult about Sarah?
No, it's not so much embarrassment. I feel awkward sometimes. It's like when I talk, you notice when I talk to Sarah, I always talk to her and call her our kid, because I can't, in my mind, you've got to remember, in my mind, for the best part of nearly 30 years, she was Brian. So it's very difficult to talk about the past when the things we done when we were children, because she was a different person back then.
I do feel now quite upset for my mother, but it's made me realise that she wanted to be that person, and I think that in her mind she was a woman, but her body form wasn't. She had no choice, she had to become a woman.
They're not the 2.4 children that the rest of the world would like everything to be, and it's Louise's little wake-up call to everybody else. Look, if I can deal with it, why can't you?
This is my house, and I'm going to show what my family life is really like. Louise!
Take your teddy off. And your pen.
Gotta get your bottom corner in. Come on. I go and pay all the bills and do all the paperwork. Alright, let's go that. You ready? Down we go. Sarah does cooking. Lou does the dishes because it's her pocket money. I sound so lazy. You make it sound like I sound really lazy. Ew, that looks disgusting.
Supposed to be just start it up. Hello, babe. Got a sweet.
Half a second. You're gonna burn it.
Mum wasn't good.
Be careful, do not come as close as that to the barbecuer.
Yeah, we have to shout. Yeah. Yay! They're like kind and nice, generous. I don't know really. They're just like really nice people. Tails. I just feel like I'm the only person that's like me. So it's just a bit strange, and I just got too many questions. It just makes me feel really lonely. I just want to know if there is any other people like me out there. And I really, if I could, I would actually like to meet someone.
Ah, look, now look, bullying children. So do you want to go to bullying, or do you want to go to children? So we're looking for more on families, aren't we? So if we bring down, let's see what hits we've got.
I just want to know if it was a normal family, would I still be bullied, or would I have lots of friends and not get bullied as so much? Whenever she's not happy, I'm not happy. But when she's like okay, but she's not brilliant, I'm okay but not brilliant. It's kind of just like a family thing. She's not very happy now because she don't like the way she looks. When she thinks that she's ugly, she doesn't really look herself.
Now I'm getting into having to wear big clothes, bigger clothes like this. You don't feel as glamorous, but they're comfortable, and that's what you can go on. My weight gone from size 8 to size 18, which obviously changes the way you feel about yourself. You know, you go from feeling comfortable with yourself to feeling very Bridget Jones about yourself, and
all that weight, all the unsure of whether she did the right thing because of Lou. It's strange. Now she's had the op, she feels less the woman she was before the op.
Trip up?
yes, thank you.
Good. Come on through. Let's have a chat to you in the office. Come sit yourself down. Now, how have you been since I saw you last? Prior to actually having treatment for your gender dysphoria, I gather you were a size 8, so you were a slim Jim, and now you're not a slim Jim. Undoubtedly, the hormones that you take have a part in weight gain. There's no doubt about that. And I don't think there is any magical solution, whether you're a transsexual or you're not a transsexual. Weight gain is all about a balance of what you're eating and a balance with exercise. Okay, lovely to see you. Have a safe trip back. Bye-bye now.
Thank you. Bye.
This is a picture of my mum modelling, and of course she looks gorgeous. That's my plan, to get her just like that. Probably not skinny, but get her looking as pretty and happy as that.
I physically used to get sick at seeing my body develop and the way it was doing. Like when I started having facial hair growth was an absolute nightmare. I'm overweight, I'm bigger, I don't look very feminine at all, but inside I'm absolutely ecstatic with myself. I think they'll class me and Sarah as civil partnership because we're just flatmates. So I'll keep that just to check. I'm going to check that. And then my face. Okay. It's like a big mistake will have been erased away, and it'll be nice to know that what I felt my whole life will actually be recognised. So he never existed.
Tomorrow I'm going to be meeting a boy called Jamie, and he's got a stepmom called Gail. I think we're going to be doing bowling. I'm not sure yet. I think we're doing bowling, then might go and get a meal. So might get a bit hungry. Look at that. He's a boy. And he's cute. I'm thinking that perhaps I could get a date out of this. Hello! What is it?
Jamie doesn't know anybody else with transgender parents, and he's never had anybody else to share those thoughts with who's not going to judge him or laugh at him.
When I first found out that she was transsexual, I didn't get it. But then she started telling me about how it happened, and I've begun to understand why she did it. Can you tell us why she did it? Because she felt like a woman inside. I've been bullied quite a lot. Nasty names and stuff like that. And can you tell us what kind of names she calls Gail? Like, why's your mum a man, and why she got a right deep voice and stuff like that. Just felt empty, like I've got no mates anymore, because all the people who were my mates used to do it as well. Same me. Have you got any advice for me? Gail told me this. You just say to him, it's not my problem, so don't pick on me to get through to her. If you want to get a point across to her, go do it yourself.
Me and Louise have realised that both of them really are no different to any other children. Why judge them? Why pick on them? You know, they're not transgender, they're not different, they're just children.
Look at that! Yesterday I went bowling with Jamie. I got on so well that he's now my boyfriend, and he's really sweet. It was really exciting to be able to talk to somebody who was in the exact same situation as what I was. So when me and him have been bullied and we don't want to talk to our parents, me and him can meet each other and hopefully talk to each other. This is the picture of me and him. I really love him. Shh. Don't tell anybody else, but I really, really do love him. Oh yeah, you were moving your elbow. You call me an angle.
One of the reasons for doing this and why it's good for my daughter is because she gets the self-confidence that will make her try those things that she's not good at the moment. Once that's broken, then she knows that she can conquer anything. How do you think it went? Good? Got a punch out of though.
Oi!
You were flapping your arms around. You weren't even
putting
any effort into it.
No.
Picture?
Not really, no.
Wait. Tomorrow I'm going to be going to see an old lady, and she lost her kids through transsexualism. I don't know how, but I'm going to be finding out. But I'm going just to basically talk to her, see what she says about it, and in a way I feel sorry for her.
Is that young people who are transgendered can change very early on. That used to be me. And so there's when I got married, and then there's my children. I've got 4 children, and I haven't seen those since I've changed.
Why do you think that they don't talk to you anymore?
I think, if anything, they might be scared of what their friends will think.
Understanding
Yeah.
of it, and they used to be.
Yeah.
But, and I know back then it was a lot harder.
Do you have any regrets about becoming yourself?
I don't think I had much choice of me becoming Claire, because I was grumpy and miserable, and I'm sad that my children, I don't see them. But I think I'm a much better person now than I used to be.
Yeah.
But it's so sad that they're not around to know me.
How hard is it actually to be away from your family, not be able to, you know, communicate with them?
I do cry sometimes, because, you know, if little things happen and I kind of... yeah, I do cry sometimes. I wonder what they do think about me. You know, I suppose they must miss me a bit.
They probably still do care for you, but they probably just can't find it yet. But as they get older, they might begin to understand and be able to communicate with you, which then gradually gets them closer to you and makes them want to come see you again.
Thank you.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
What do you think about my family then?
What do I think about your family then? I think, first of all, I said to you when I first met you, I think you are really great. You are a star. Do you know what a pioneer is?
No.
Somebody who does something for the first time ever.
Oh, yeah.
And there's not many like you, and I think it's really special. You're really special.
Thanks.
You're gorgeous. Really good.
Claire has proven me one thing, that we're a very strong family because we stuck by each other. And I didn't go, oh no, I don't want to be with you now because I think you're strange.
I've got a strong daughter, yeah. Regardless of the difficulty personally I'm having physically, my family unit is actually probably stronger than ever.
It's got my name, Kate Ruth, and then of course sex, girl. That's the bit that counts. My former name just doesn't exist. It's null and void. No one can take that away from me now.
I'm just going to say that basically my parents are an extremely loving family, and with all of us we all care for each other and we will not let each other get hurt. I'm extremely pleased that I got this chance because it's like I'm actually able to say what I want to say.
it's a small village where we live, and this is a youth club that obviously that Louise might be able to get to know, which would be nice for her. Well, firstly, I'm Sarah, and I used to live around here, so I'm one of you lot in many ways. However, as some of you might say, I'm very different.
I think how Louise is seeing this as a chance to vindicate her life. It's her first opportunity to be with a group of people who know that we're transgendered on a basis where they can ask and she can explain.
If there's not that many people there, I'm not going to get scared, but there's quite a lot. I'm going to be absolutely shaken to death, but it doesn't stop me from saying it.
I'm biologically my daughter's dad, but my daughter calls me mum, not because she has to, because she wants to.
This might be a story she has to repeat and repeat, like me and Sarah do. This is probably going to be Louise's first time of people who are asking her questions about us, and it'll probably happen for a long time in her life to come.
This is me sticking up to them and trying to make our life better. They do the lipstick, they do the hair, they do the makeup and stuff, and that's what makes them real women.
Okay. It was just a case of experimenting to find what suits, and as you get older you need more and different types. When I was younger I only needed a bit of foundation and a bit of powder, and that was it. I'm not a great one for makeup though, because with being big it tends to, if I get hot it runs, so I don't put a lot on.
I'm trying in vain to grow my hair long, but because my hair is naturally curly, it curls up all the time, and it's a real pain.
I had laser treatment for my beard growth, which is basically burnt by a laser. I wish my legs would stop growing hair as well, but unfortunately, like everyone else, I still have to have a bikini wax and shave the legs, unless I want to go out hairy as a German girl.
Okay.
Make my skin a lot softer. Heightens your smell sense.
Cool.
Oh, things I never used to smell as a bloke, I can smell terribly now. I think that's why we like perfume so much.
Well, we've got to see what you like and what they got in kids' sizes. Squishy. Yeah, I know, but they're padded. You said you wanted them padded. Haha, very funny. I couldn't do this when I was her age because I was biologically different. So when I first went bra shopping, it was really hard because there was only just myself, and I had no one to ask or anyone to get advice from. You know, and it's an important thing because you wouldn't want to walk in here on your own and just on the first time and get yourself a bra, would you?
No.
No.
Into your fitting room. Just slip your shirt off and measure around your chest. Okay, so I'm going to get you one first and we're going to try it on you, okay?
Right.
Alright? Away. That's beautiful.
That's nice, I like that.
Alright?
Ready?
Yeah.
Come on then, off we go. You happy now?
Tomorrow is extremely nerve-wracking because tomorrow I'm going to be doing my speech at 5 o'clock. and I'm extremely, extremely terrified. Probably going to think, oh, what freaks. But I'm going to do this for my mum's sake and Kate's sake and my sake. If I can do that, I can do anything.
Okay, and you get any problems, you need a bit of breath of fresh air, give me a tap on the hand and tell me, okay?
Mm.
That door there.
No, that's the fire exit. This is our family, because again you might have seen in the paper that we're supposed to be the weirdest family in Britain. Yeah, and as you can see, far from weird.
As my mum said, we've all got one head and not two. Does anybody want to say anything about what they think to my parents?
None of you look weird, so why do people call you weird or anything?
I'm not sure. It's probably because they don't know our personalities and they just go on what they think. Do you actually call Sarah and Kate both mum? Or one mum, one dad? No, I call Sarah my mum and I call Kate Kate.
When she's not calling me wicked.
Yeah. At first, did it actually feel quite weird actually being in woman's clothes?
Yes, it did. Because I started at 14 with the first time. I actually was thrown out of my first school because I was in an old boys' school, and they actually sent me home for wearing a skirt to school. So that was a bit of a shock for my parents and my mum.
I wasn't being horrible, but did you feel embarrassing, like walking around with Kate and Sarah? No. They used to be quite unhappy about themselves. I thought, well, they're happier now, so I was happier. When I first came in here, I was so nervous of what your questions were going to be. So thank you very much.
Thank you. To you all.
I thought two of the kids there were a bit funny because they're smug on their face, but apart from that, I seem to have made two friends in one go. But I do think it went really, really well. Extremely pleased with myself.
I thought she was brilliant. She was scared, which she was nervous about getting up there talking, but when she got going, she was fantastic. She just sometimes catches you off guard with something so sweet, or, you know, and I think she's going to be a fantastic young woman.
I'm as proud as I can be. I mean, she is still a bubbly and normal 12-year-old with a different type of normal.
Picking some flowers out for Lulu because she's done really well at school, so her mum said to get her a little surprise, so I'm trying to figure out what she'd like. I think some roses probably.
Pink one's down there. £8.99.
That's excellent, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We all like flowers, I just don't get any.
I know that there's no need to be upset, and I know that now I've got a lot more courage against them evil thingies called bullies.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Trouble.
Right, close your eyes. Right. Open. Have a look.
Ah, thank you.
They're yours for getting that phone call.
What do you think?
English.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah?
You like?
Yeah? Well, that's what you get when you do well, isn't it? So, well done.
Oh, up the escalator. Is there any colours you really dislike? Pretty okay on most colours. I love purples. Yeah?
To make her look more girly again.
Girly, right. And you've got a little bit of sparkle there.
I love the zips on it.
I think she's just enjoying herself because she's getting new clothes for once. Once in a blue moon.
How about trying them both?
Yeah, I can try them both.
Yeah, go. Oh, you are a pest. you like?
She looks amazing. I was shocked because, like, she used to be Femi, then she went all Butch, but now she's gone Femi again. I'm confused now. If we can get her hair done, she's going to look fantastic.
Oh, that's great. I like that. Oh, yes. That's definitely good. It's in the back there.
It's fantastic.
I'm not so afraid now of people looking at me or talking about me. I don't feel self-aware, which is a bonus.
Today, she cheered up. She was at the top of the world. And she was so happy. She made a smile on my face. Today, me and Kate have booked in the museum. I'm quite excited, but I'm trying to keep it a secret from my mum because we don't want to spoil the surprise. I'm going to go and tell her that there's somebody who needs some directions.
Cool.
So I was basically saying thank you for always being that.
You're a good daughter. Come and give me a hug.
Oh. Hi, today's Pride. I'm very excited, and if I get too excited, I'm going to blow out the window.
It's been such a nightmare year, and people having a go at us in the press. And you need something to recharge your batteries and just make you feel good about yourself again.
It's good to be a bit outrageous as well, because there's people a lot more outrageous out there than me. Hey, someone get to put your hands down now.
Because of all what we've been through, I didn't normally like to stand out in the crowd because of the things that the newspaper said, but now we're more confident and more happier. We're not so scared. There's going to be drag queens, men dressed up as females, females dressed up as males. There's lots of families and children, like with lesbian parents and gay parents like I've got. Some people might call them odd, but it's very nice to know that I'm not the only one out there. You're right? Yes. Hi. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. If I get bullied again, I can ring Louise and then she can talk over it, and then it'll just make me feel a lot better because I've got someone to talk to about it. I think people are watching this. I think me and Jamie are very grounded and very good, and I think that will hopefully reflect onto our parents.
Bring it in. I know, but look how high it is.
A few months ago, I was really unhappy, but now I've got a lot more happier because everybody around me is cheered up. I think that other people who are watching this are going to think, that's a really good family, I like that family.
Doing this has actually given her the opportunity of being able to see that she's just a normal 12-year-old young woman who loves her family and just wants to have a normal family.
Yeah, I guess.
Are you going to pull on this bit or I'll let some out? Mum's come in all shapes and sizes and I'm just being another mum.
I want to grow up and like just probably get married. I don't want to be lesbian or transsexual or anything like that.